Good day my little robins, it's me Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from, well, me. And this video has kind of been, requested ever since I released my How to Write Fanfiction video. And one of the points I mentioned is fanfiction summaries and how important they are. And I've had people comment, not just on YouTube comments, but Wattpad and Tumblr, about how they don't know how to write a summary. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys, just 3 tips that I use every time I write a summary for a fanfiction. If you want, keep watching. If you're interested, well, keep watching. Before we start, if you want to support me and the channel, click like, hit subscribe. But let's just jump right into this week's video, how to write a fanfiction summary. My first point is introduce your characters, and these characters, include, any OC characters or already established, characters within, the canon, or real people. Tell us a bit about them, like their name, information, that's relevant to the story. Keep it short because, you'll end up describing the character in more detail as the story goes on. But I like to know, my main protagonist, my antagonist, potential love interests. That's my first point, introduce characters. My second point is mention the 3 basic plot points. For example, start, you could say how they meet. The middle, something dramatic or sad that happens, that's going to, spice up the story. And finally, the end, you can leave it on a cliffhanger, especially if you're going to write more than one book. But personally, I love leaving it on like a question, for, the readers to answer because it can intrigue them. And I know for a fact that if there's a question somewhere in someone's summary, I feel that if I read the book, I will get the answer, so I'm more likely to click. But yeah, like I already said, leave it on a cliffhanger if you're going to have a second book or a third book, because you don't want to, close off the summary. You'll figure it out. My third and final point is maybe mention side characters, especially, if these side characters are, really important to the story. Is it going to be like a love triangle? Is someone going to hate someone? Or, add, characters to interest more people. You could list who's going to be in your story, because you might come across someone who's reading the description who's not that big of a fan of, whoever your main person is, but if they see in, the summary that, their favourite person or character is going to make an appearance, they are more likely to read. I headed over to Wattpad and I went through all my fanfictions that I've written. If you want to check out my Wattpad, it's BethRobinson94. I'll leave a link to all my social media, including my Wattpad, in the description box below. And I was looking at my summaries and I found my summary for my very first fanfiction ever written on Wattpad. The fanfiction was The Third Sug, and it was a Zoella, Dan Is Not on Fire fanfic, and it was part of a trilogy. It's part of a trilogy, and this is book 1, and my summary was, you might already know my sister if you even internet Zoella. You might also be familiar with my twin, Thatcher Joe. They are both crazy internet famous while I prefer to work behind the camera. That's probably why you've never heard of me. Alice Sug. I run a blog and rule the Tumblr fandoms. What will happen when Alice is thrown headfirst into the YouTube spotlight? YouTubers include Zoella, Thatcher Joe, Pointless Blog, Sprinkle of Glitter, Marcus Butler, Jack's Gap, Amazing Phil, and Dan Is Not on Fire, and so many more along the way. That was my first ever summary, guys. Oh, it's cringy. And if I had to go, let's pick my most recent summary. Okay, my most recent summary, which is my Pierce the Veil fanfiction. Hold on till May. Ugh. You can check out all my fanfictions on Wattpad, BethRobinson94. This is a lot shorter of a summary, and it is Ray Cutter and Vic couldn't live more worlds apart than each other. Vic lives in San Diego, while Ray calls Hawaii home. A chance encounter on Skype leads to friendship and love. But just how long can a long-distance relationship last? The two have never met face to face. Through a screen doesn't count. So how will their first encounter go? Are they the same person the other fell in love with? Or are they keeping secrets best kept online? Will it be love at first sight? That's my most recent summary. So as you can see, from my first one, The Third Sug and Hold On Till May. My second one is a little bit shorter than my first one, but I think my first one I was just trying to get all the information, into my summary, which worked because, I've got a lot of reads on that fan fiction. And I think as time goes on, I fine-tuned my summaries. For example, Hold On Till May, I've got complimented on my summaries, so I must be doing something right. But they were just 2 examples of my own summaries. I wanted to keep this video, kind of short because, well, I could go into a whole spiel about fanfiction, but I'm not going to. So they were just my 3 tips on how to write a fanfiction summary. If you like the video and you want to see me do more videos in like this fanfiction series, give me, topics you would like me to, talk about, and I'll make videos on them in the future. Like the video, click my face to subscribe because I upload every Friday. You can check out my last 2 videos here. Until next week, I'm going to go write more fanfiction. I'm Beth. Goodbye.